the Anti-American Bias Initiative. The national origin discrimination is defined as treating employees or applicants unfavorably because of their country, ethnicity, accent, or origin. One note to highlight is the document states preference for foreign workers, including preferences tied to H-1B status. That can constitute unlawful national origin discrimination when they result in disfavored treatment of American workers.
I want to bring back in Chief Legal Analyst Khalif Rhodes. Khalif, we know the president is saying we need some of these visa workers in here because we need the best minds coming into the country. But at the same time now, the EEOC is saying if you say that you want them, it could also be viewed as anti-American. Where do you fall down this? Is it just guidance? What do you think of this as an attorney?
Definitely seems clear as mud that the president is saying one thing, but now the EEOC is saying something completely different, I'll say. Let's be clear that the basis of what the Civil Rights Act of 1964 was started with people being discriminated against, and part of that branched out with this EEOC, the Equal Employment Opportunity Commission, making sure that folks have an opportunity at these jobs to get an equal opportunity. That's the definition is within its name. So when you go look at the one pager, when you go look at their website, they added this little line that says discrimination for national origin also includes Americans. And so there is this notion that somehow folks are now discriminating against people that are from America, within America, looking for certain people that have maybe H-1B visas. And I just don't think the statistics will support that assessment or analysis that this is occurring on some large scale basis. What is occurring is that they're looking for the best and the brightest in the world. And in the process of looking for the best and the brightest the world, what you have sometimes is you have applicants that are coming and the pool does get, overwhelming. And I think Elon Musk, he said a number of things that I may agree or disagree with, but he hit this one right on the nail. You have to go out and get the best if you're trying to attempt to compete on the global market. And discriminating against folks just because they come from another country, what has historically been happening, is something that we don't want to do. And so for a moment, when Trump first came in and for a second term, they were attempting to remove these people completely, not just discriminate against them and not give them jobs, but let's limit and deny the H-1B visas from even coming in. Musk said this is something that can't happen, because if it does happen, we will be significantly behind on the global stage.
And speaking of the global stage, it's hard because we don't know the immigration rates to other parts of the country, but how do other countries operate when they have people who want to come to their country from other countries? Typically,
other countries are looking for the best. I know a number of people within my profession and others that are teachers, both in higher education and in secondary education, that they're looking for the best. They're looking for people that are Ivy League educated, that can come in there and then can take their countries up to another level. And so I think America is in a unique position where people do still want to come here in spite of all the things that we may have happening with our immigration policies in its current rendition. This right here, this triggering, this wording, this flipping of it is saying that this was created to ensure that people may be coming from China, people that were coming from Japan or Germany or from Russia, other places and other African countries will not get discriminated against when they come here. And now we're saying, hey, we also don't want you to discriminate against the people that are currently here. And I just don't believe there is support statistically to say this is even something that's happening.
Khalif, two-part question for you. First part is, do you believe that this opens up the door for litigation against some of these companies or universities, like we see in the research triangle, bringing in professors from places like India, China, where it's saying, okay, I applied for these jobs at Duke, NC State. I didn't get any of them, but look at the professors that did. And then the second part is, because of this advisory, do you feel that some labs, hospitals, universities are going to say, you know what, we're just going to stay away because we don't want any part of this?
I think you hit it right on the head. I mean, this is where they talk about job ads that specifically say H-1B only, right? I mean, I think that's discriminatory on its face, and I'd be hard pressed to find those type of examples. What you are typically seeing is H-1B acceptable, because there are fees, there are a number of things that you have to jump over to get a job that will accept you with an H-1B visa anyway. So look, you're looking for these top writers, you're looking for for folks that are coming from all around the world, but a company has to be willing to go through that process. It isn't just as easy as you or I walking in the door and saying, okay, you're hired. You have to go through an entire lengthy process for that person to just even be able to work for you. And so if some jobs don't want those individuals, not because they don't have the skill set, because they don't want to go through the paperwork of attempting to get someone to go and jump over all the hurdles that are required to be employed in this country for that short-term basis to be able to provide this high-level skill that they can.
And do you see, I mean, there's a lot of talk about this. I feel like it's changing every day. What do you see the future of this being?
I think this short-term future is that it will be harder for an H-1B visa holder to come in this country and work. I think there will be an increase over the next 3 to 4 years during the course of this administration, that there will be an overemphasis on American first policies. And this isn't something from me. This is right from the president's mouth. I think to encourage that to occur, to be America first, you have to incorporate policies like this if that's the direction that you'll want to go. But it does take you outside and away from the global stage somewhat. And at one point, a new administration will come in and other policies will be implemented. But this is something that is inconsistent with what we've done maybe for the last 20 to 30 years. We want the best and the brightest. They're adding an asterisk to say, but also don't discriminate against folks that are here. And typically the majority is not the ones being discriminated against.
Again, our Chief Legal Analyst Khalif Rhodes weighing in on that for us. Khalif, thank you.
Queen City News Plus. Just search Queen City News on your smart TV's app store.